At any moment, an Iran-leaked terror suspect accused of plotting a handful of attacks both in the United States and Europe is due in court. He also reportedly had plotted to kill Ivanka Trump. The Justice Department says he is a high-level member of an Iran-backed militant group with ties to the IRGC and Hezbollah in Lebanon, who was allegedly involved in nearly 20 attacks and attempted attacks throughout Europe and the U.S., which included extensive international planning, coordination, and radicalization. He also said he was like a son to the late Iranian general Qasem Soleimani. He claimed he was supposed to be driving Soleimani to a meeting when the general was killed in a U.S. airstrike in 2020. The New York Post is reporting Soleimani's death inspired him to seek revenge by targeting President Trump's daughter, Ivanka. And according to the Post, he told people, quote, "We need to kill Ivanka to burn down the house of Trump the way he burned down our house," end of quote. He also posted a photograph of Ivanka's Florida home on X, warning that revenge is a matter of time. Lydia.
Stunning. Just stunning allegations against the daughter of our sitting president. How horrifying this is. And also how incredible that we were able to apprehend him. According to the allegations, they apprehended him as he was traveling through Turkey and were able to make an arrest and evidently bring him here. For me, this really raises questions about how long the IRGC and related proxies will sit and wait and make calculated retribution for the killing of Soleimani 6 years ago. If anybody is wondering about the
United States, and here hits close to home as well with this. FBI Director Kash Patel recently testified before Congress that they have created the Iran Threats Mission Center, and they've seen an increase of 47% increase in arrests of foreign intelligence assets and spies as well. We know that former Director Christopher Wray had testified before Congress warning about sleeper cells here in the United States. We saw a massive uptick on people on the terror watch list trying to enter into the United States under the Biden administration. We saw a lot of gotaways as well. So Lord only knows who's here in the United States. And then we've seen, including this, other plots foiled of attempted kidnappings via Iran, as well as assassination plots as well. So, we're fighting a war abroad, but the threats here at home exist as well.
And really goes deeper about what you're saying, Lisa, is the fact that you've got all this push among Democrats against ICE and them doing their jobs. Part of them doing their jobs is finding the people who would do us harm. And most people who commit those high-level type of violent crimes, they practiced or started somewhere. So we need to get those people who are committing those crimes who are illegally out of this country. The Democrats don't want that to happen.
No, it's a really great point. I mean, we have these people who put on a uniform, who are willing to risk their lives to try to protect our country. And to your point, we've got, terrorists, we've got cartel members, we've got really bad people, or even the Maryland man, as you pointed out, Kennedy, Kilmer Abrego Garcia, a guy who's alleged MS-13 member that Democrats are embracing and trying to protect from deportation. Yet ICE agents are being attacked.
Marcus?
I think this is a stark reminder of the fact that there's people around the world that still want to kill and hate Americans. And I don't think we should undermine that. I think it also shows something like this. You have to ask yourself, like, are we protecting ourselves? Or are we making ourselves more vulnerable domestically? This is a stark reminder that we have a real problem.
Well, and what I think of when you're talking about that is that 70-day-plus DHS shutdown that the Democrats perpetrated. Look, I don't just pick on that side of the aisle because of any one particular reason other than what you said. It makes us less safe. If that's what they want to defund and fight over, there's got to be another way to make their points in policy clear outside of endangering the rest of us.
Yeah, and there has to be a policy in this country that has nothing to do with politics in terms of vetting and finding out who the most dangerous people are, especially the ones linked to terror groups. And, how well-funded are they? How efficient is their radicalization enterprise? And it's really scary to think because, this guy was well-funded. He had a special Iraqi passport that allowed him to, essentially evade security in a number of countries. But what's really interesting to me here is he was arrested in Turkey. And that just goes to show you that, we do have partners in the Middle East who are so over Iran shenanigans. And, they want to lean in to the next phase of evolution for them geographically, which is capitalism. They want to have partnerships. They are sick of radical terror because it is a zero-sum game, and they've already lost. And it also goes to show just how impactful the death of Qasem Soleimani, how impactful that was to Iran and the region, and these freaks and psychopaths who will never let that go. So you just have to hope that the rational voices are the ones who have the final say.
No, I was just saying it's a really good point.
Yeah. I mean, it really does speak to kind of what we're seeing now with the tearing down of the IRGC and the government in Iran. Like, who are we really dealing with at this point if one guy can solicit Qasem Soleimani? And remember, his daughter lived in L.A., his relatives lived in L.A., rather, and they were living high on the hog until we found them as media and said, well, wait a minute.
Thanks,
Fox News Sunday, their weekly political talk show, a specific anchor, show, or breaking news story. Let me know what you're trying to find or what question you have, and I'll get you the right info.